we're going to shoot an educational video on how to use the Richmar ST4. Alright, the Richmar ST4 is a 4-channel stem unit that has quadrupolar interferential, pre-mod, Russian stem, high volt, and microcurrents. Alright? So in the package it has a manual, and the manual includes the ultrasound portion of it as well, and this same machine can be bought in a combo mode, but this particular one you would pay attention to the stem only in the owner's manual. Since it is a 4-channel machine, it comes with 4 outputs and 4 lead cords. Alright, it also comes with a AC power cord. Alright, I'm going to start with the machine. On back of the machine, it has a power on button, of course your AC cord, and this lead cord test. It also has, if you choose to later add light or laser therapy, that's where your laser therapy module would go. And up here is a fuse, and it's in the manual, if you pop the fuse out, and you would change the positioning of the fuse, and you could actually use this device overseas. Alright, but we're not going to be doing that today. I am going to show you the lead cord test. So the machine has to be on for the lead cord test. And you very simply, you plug in. Doesn't matter whether the red goes in the white or white goes in the red. It doesn't matter. It only matters that you actually get them in there. Then you take your lead cord and you put it together. And you're looking for that sort of noise. But it's a multi-point test. You have to grab right here at the relief and wiggle. Grab right here at the relief and wiggle. Grab here and wiggle. Grab the other relief and wiggle. And then you grab it right in the center and shake it. At any point, if we have that sort of noise, you have a break somewhere and the lead cord is no longer any good. Alright, so there's your lead cord test. We're going to turn the machine back around. Alright, since it is a 4-channel machine, we're going to plug it in channels. We have 1, 2, 3, and 4. There's your markers. And right here, those relate to each one of the channels. So these bottom 4 are actually buttons, no different than all of these are buttons as well. So you can choose to select a channel, or the machine will grab available channels from left to right. Alright? What most people want to do is they want to program it. Alright? All of this information is in the owner's manual, but when you first turn it on, you press Profile A twice. That puts it in program mode. You have Profile A, B, C, and D. Those are your 4 pre-programmed options. We've already pushed it 2 times, so we're in program mode. I'm going to change the stem time to 10 minutes. I'm going to make program A Russian stem, and I'm going to make it 10 minutes on, 10 minutes off. Okay? So you press and hold the Start Accept button. Oh, you got to turn it up first. Press and hold the Start Accept button for 2 beeps or 2 shrills. You do have to turn the excuse me. You do have to turn the volume up, the intensity up on it before you do that. But now, when I hit stop and I go to Profile A, which we just set, it is just like what we set. Russian stem, 10 seconds on, 10 seconds off, and we're ready to go. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to reprogram it, do this again, and I'm going to change it back to quadrupolar. So we've just turned the machine on, hit Profile A twice. I'm going to choose quadrupolar. I'm going to choose 12 minutes because most people do quadrupolar. I'm going to turn up the intensity and hold this down for two of those sounds. Okay, I held down the start accept button. Now, when we stop it, actually I can turn it off and turn it back on again. When I push profile A, we should go to quadrupolar and 12 minutes. Okay, so that's how you program it. It's very easy to program. And notice, so we're plugged into A and B, all right? So we're going to 1 and 2, I should say. So we're going to assume that the cords have the electrodes on and they're on the patient right now. So we're going to come over here and choose profile A. It selects channels 1 and 2, and we simply turn up. We have to push our start. No, I didn't do that right, did I? Profile A. There we go. So we turn up our intensity, and when the intensity is to the point where the patient says, I'm good with that, you hit your start-stop button, and it starts to count down. Okay? So now, another patient walks in, and all you have to do is you select one of your 2 open channels, 3 and 4, and once we hit quadrupolar again, it's going to grab both channels, because quadrupolar requires both channels. And we're going to turn up our intensity again on patient B and hit the stop button, and now we're running on patient B. And if you say, okay, so what's the time right now? We have 14:51 left on patient B. Patient A, as soon as I push one of these 2 buttons, the timer changes to what's left there. And that was 11 minutes, 12 seconds. So that's, you just toggle back and forth by whichever button you push. And if one of the patients, let's say the second patient, patient B, you have to stop them for some reason, you hold down one of their 2 buttons, in this case it's 3 and 4, and push stop. Okay, so we stopped patient B and patient A is still going. Or if we're going to get them going again. Okay, now we're back to having both patients going again. If you just push stop, it's going to stop all 4 all at the same time. The difference being I selected somebody to stop before, and this time I just stopped everybody. Okay, I'm going to take you through the buttons very quickly. Your profiles are your 4 presets, A, B, C, and D. Your quadrupolar is 4 quad, 4 pad interferential. It's the most popular. Then your pre-mod is pre-mixed or pre-modulated in the machine. And that's, for the most part, is a 2-channel interferential. Although on this machine, when you go over here to your mode, of course, normal and surge, then when you do co-contract, it grabbed both channels. And then if you do alternating, it will also do both channels. So in your pre-mod, you can do a single channel or 2-channel application. All right, Russian stim is the same way. So it automatically goes into surge, but if you want to do co-contract, it's going to do a 2-channel application, or alternating is also 2-channel. If we go back to normal or surge, it's just a 1-channel application. Okay, the same is true in your high volt. And microcurrents only has a normal application to it. All right? So over here on your, let's go back to quad, on your pulse rate button, so you have a high, a high-low, and a fixed. Okay? So your high is when you push your pulse rate button, quadrupolar automatically has a 100 to 120 frequency sweep. So you have a frequency sweep so you don't have nerve adaptation or accommodation. Okay? So if you push high, it's going to stay on the high. If you push low, it's going to change down here from 2 to 15 pulses per second. High-low is it's going to actually split the 2, so you're going to get a 2 completely different sensations for the patient standpoint. Okay, they're going to get 100 to 120, and halfway through they're going to get 2 to 15. Quadrupolar, low. They're going to get 2 to 15. So it's two completely different fields. You may or may not want that. It's actually good for the patient because they're going to get more endorphins and enkephalins at varying rates, but it's a very different feel to the patient as they go through it. And then you can have a fixed rate where you push your pulse rate and you can make that fixed rate whatever you want, completely consistent all the way through the treatment. All right? So that's your pulse rate button, and then your time on, time off button. Okay, that's only relevant when you actually have on and off times, like in Russian stem. You have a 10 on, 30 off. You have a 10 on, 20 off, a 10 on, 10 off, 5 on, 10 off, and a 5 on, 3 off. I think the first one was 10 on, 50 off. All right, so that takes you through the buttons. You understand you have 4 channels. This is your intensity control. And there's your stop button. All right, the machine itself has a 3-year, 100% parts and labor warranty from the factory. It's actually the best warranty in the business. Richmar truly makes a high-quality machine, and that's really all they do. So other manufacturers do a big variety of things, and Richmar really just does electrotherapy and ultrasound, and I believe they do it as well as anybody else in the world. So good choice for your purchase. Your lead cords are warranted for 90 days, and yes, and they do have ultrasounds and combination machines, and you can check out our website at hfhill.net if you have any questions about any of that as well. Thank you.